Module 5, Lesson 17's objective is to practice placing various fractions on the number line. Item 4 says, Wayne went on a 4-kilometer hike. He took a break at 4/3 kilometers. He took a drink of water at 10/3 kilometers. Show Wayne's hike on the number line. Include his starting and finishing place and the 2 points where he stopped. Let's underline the important details now. Wayne went on a 4-kilometer hike. Took a break at 4/3 kilometers. Drink of water at 10/3 kilometers. Show Wayne's hike on the number line. Include starting and finishing place and the 2 points where he stopped. Well, we know that Wayne's hike was 4 kilometers long. So the beginning spot is before he traveled at all. So that'll be 0 kilometers. I'll put a 0 km there. Km stands for kilometers. And since the hike was 4 kilometers long, I'll put a 4 at the other end point. Again, I'll use km for kilometers. Now, what whole numbers are missing between the 0 and the 4? 1, 2, and 3 are missing. So I'll put those in now. I'll go ahead and label them. 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, and 3 kilometers. Now take a look at the fractions that are included in the information. He took a break at 4/3 kilometers. 4/3 has a 3 on the bottom portion of the fraction. That tells me that each kilometer needs to be broken up into 3 equal pieces. So let's partition the number line between the 0 and the 1 into 3 equal pieces. Let's check my work. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's correct. Now let's partition the number line between the 1 and the 2 into 3 equal pieces. And check my work. 1, 2, 3. That's correct. And do the same for the remaining parts of the number line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I need to label where the 4/3 mark is on this number line. I think I'll go ahead and begin by labeling the 0. 0 is the same thing as 0/3. I'll keep counting up until I find 4/3. I found 4/3. That's where he took his break. I'll label that break. And I think I'll go ahead and circle it so my teacher knows that I have labeled where the break took place. Now I'll keep counting up. After 4/3 comes 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, 8/3, 9/3, 10/3, 11/3, 12/3. The directions tell me I'm supposed to label both places where he stopped. Well, the other place he stopped was when he took a drink, and that was at 10/3. That is information that is mentioned right there. So where is 10/3? Okay, I found it. That's where he took a drink of water. So I'll put down water here. I think I'll go ahead and circle it so my teacher knows that I followed directions. Let's double check and make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I've made a number line that shows my 4-kilometer hike. I've shown where 4/3 kilometer is. That's where he took a break, and I've labeled it. I've shown where the 10/3 kilometers mark is. That's where he had water, and I've labeled that. I've included his starting and finishing place, and I've included where he stopped. I could even put down the word start and finish, so my teacher knows that I understand where each thing is on the number line. I think I'll even go ahead and circle this just so that she can see, or he can see, where my labeled parts are. Now looking at item 5, I'll read it. It says, Allie wants to buy a piano. The piano measures 19/4 feet long. She has a space 5 feet long for the piano in her house. Does she have enough room? Draw a number line to show and explain your answer. I'll go ahead and underline the important details in the story. Piano measures 19/4 feet long. Has 5 feet long for the piano. I'll highlight the question, does she have enough room? That way I won't forget to answer the question. And I'll underline, draw a number line, and explain your answer. Let's take a look at the fraction. The fraction has a 4 on the bottom portion of it. That means that each whole needs to be divided into 4 equal portions. Well, the number line starts with 4 feet and ends with 5 feet, so that portion of the number line needs to be partitioned into 4 equal parts. And it looks like they've divided it for me, but let's make sure there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there are 4 equal parts. I'll erase those checks. Now I have to figure out what fraction is the same as 4 feet. Well, I know that there are 4/4 in 1 foot, another 4/4 in 2 feet, another 4/4 in 3 feet, and another 4/4 in 4 feet. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16 fourths. I'll label that here. I'm going to let you finish labeling the rest of the number line. Then you have to determine if she has enough room. Remember, the piano measures 19/4 feet long. If she has 5 feet available to put the piano in her home, will the piano fit in her home? Does she have enough room? We need to answer the question. Allie does or does not have enough room for the piano. Because blank. Remember, when there's a story problem, we read, draw, write to explain our answer. The rest is up to you. Good luck.